Deep beneath the Pacific, a giant of World War II lies frozen in silence.
This is the Imperial Japanese aircraft carrier Akagi, lost in 1942.
The carrier's weapons remain, rusted and useless after decades underwater.
Beneath the deck, the hangar bays still yawn open. A Zero fighter still rests where it was last parked.
Time and salt have erased every trace of its pilot. Even the ocean's giants now patrol these war graves.
The visitor vanishes as quietly as it appeared.
These elevators once move aircraft between decks in seconds.
Today, the carrier is no longer a weapon, only a monument.
The command tower still stands, eaten away by decades of salt and silence. Orders once echoed through these walls.
Navigation instruments remain where they fell.
Some of the crew never made it out.
Fire and flooding tore through these passageways.
Live ammunition still rests where it was stored. The wreck has become home to new guardians.
The encounter ends without incident.
This elevator once lifted fighters to the deck above.
A warship reborn as a deep-sea grave.
The hangar stretches deep into the ship's core.
Another fighter lies broken, abandoned mid-war.
Identification markings are still just visible. Supply crates were never evacuated.
The crew's final moments are written in bone.
Something large moves in the darkness.
The ocean keeps its distance.
Anti-aircraft ammunition still lines the walls.
Beyond this point, the ship grows darker.
Even the stern remains locked in time.
The ship's engines never turned again.
Salt and time have fused everything in place.
Deep inside, the heart of the carrier lies silent.
Every component bears a serial mark of war.
Some crew were trapped below when the ship went down.
A deep-sea giant glides through the wreck.
The visitor disappears into the deep.
Fuel tanks rupture and slowly decay.
Nothing moves anymore.
The carrier remains a silent giant of the Pacific.
The medical bay tells silent stories of those who tried to survive.
Medicine and supplies lay abandoned for decades.
A crew member never left this room alive.
The living spaces tell of lives abruptly interrupted. Personal belongings offer glimpses into the sailors' lives. Dog tags mark identities frozen in time.
Even messages never sent linger here.
Above all, the command bridge waits in darkness.
From here, orders were given that never reached the surface. The Akagi remains a colossal relic of war, frozen in the Pacific.
The hangar holds the remnants of Japan's once feared air fleet.
Inside, the pilot's instruments tell a story of abandonment.
The catwalk once carried crew across the hangar's full length.
Ammunition remains untouched since the war.
Some crew never left their posts.
Even the giants of the deep now roam these halls.
It vanishes as quietly as it appeared.
Maintenance areas remain frozen in time and decay. These levers once lifted aircraft to the deck above.
The Akagi's hangar remains a silent monument to history. Above the hangar, the flight deck stretches like a frozen battlefield.
These rails once launched planes into the sky.
A Zero rests where it was abandoned decades ago.
Weapons once manned now lie dormant under the sea.
The bridge tower looms above, silent and broken.
A visitor from the deep glides past without notice.
The deck returns to quiet and stillness.
Debris from the last moments of the carrier lies undisturbed.
The instruments once guided the ship remain frozen in time. The Akagi lies as a colossal monument to history in the Pacific. The ammunition magazine remains untouched for decades.
Each shell tells a story of a war long ended. Some of the crew never evacuated this chamber. Decay and sediment have claimed everything here. Even the weapons themselves are frozen in time.
A deep-sea giant glides past the remnants of war.
The wreck returns to quiet once more.
Decades underwater have frozen every pipe and connection.
Many compartments remain locked and forgotten.
The Akagi skeleton spans hundreds of meters, frozen in time.
The command bridge looms above the deck, a hollow shell of leadership. Instruments once vital for communication now lie silent. The captain never left his post.
These panels once guided the ship's destiny.
The wheel is forever frozen in its last turn.
A visitor of the deep passes silently through the bridge.
Stillness returns to the command tower once more.
Time and water have reduced the bridge to ruins.
Maps and charts reveal nothing now but decay.
The Akagi stands as a colossal relic, frozen beneath the Pacific.
The flight deck stretches like a frozen battlefield, untouched for decades.
Equipment that once lifted planes now lies inert and decayed.
Decades underwater have left their mark on these machines.
The hangar below remains a silent, sunken grave.
The remnants of war clutter every corner of the deck.
Even the giants of the deep patrol these silent decks. Peace returns as the giant fades into darkness.
The bow tells the story of where the carrier first met the ocean floor. The radar that once scanned the skies now scans only darkness.
The Akagi remains a silent monument to the Pacific War, frozen in time and deep in the ocean.